Welcome to the Filter the Noise workshop. First, let me tell you what today is not. It is not a webinar where you just watch, listen, and take in information. This is an actual workshop where you will need a web browser, an open mind, and to do some actual work. Here's the agenda. I'm going to share what brought me here. We're going to create a life app account for you. This is where you'll do the actual work for today. We're going to play a powerful game to give you perspective. Then we're going to filter the noise so you can take 1 hour per week back in your life. How cool is that? Finally, recap, reflection, the offer, and workshop evaluation. Let's jump in. I believe that you are called to live life in full, a joyful, purpose-driven life overflowing with achievement, impact, and fulfillment across your entire life. Faith, family, friends, health, wealth, work, and fun. My friend Victor died when we were 17 years old. It was September. I just started college. He was at the Air Force Academy. He was an athlete. He collapsed on the tennis court, died of a heart attack. Turned out he had a congenital heart defect. I learned early on, we are not entitled to tomorrow. So what does my favorite scripture passage mean then? I came that you might have life and life in full, when one of my best friends dies at 17. I know what it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean you have to choose between a successful career or a fulfilling personal life. You can have both. And time to actually enjoy that purpose-driven life you work so hard for. That's what I thought I was doing back in 2005, riding high on life. Married with 2 young boys, on the verge of a 6-figure income, just bought a brand new home using home equity to invest in real estate, running a dojo, taking advantage of a ton of other opportunities being thrown my way. Then 2010 hit. I lost my house to foreclosure, filed for bankruptcy, and I was headed for divorce. That was a big wake-up call for me. And I realized 3 things. I was busy chasing noise, making decisions based on opportunity instead of alignment. I was more concerned about chasing money and social status than I was about creating value and impact. And ultimately, I realized I wasn't being the example I wanted to be for my 2 boys. And that killed me. Because deep down, I knew I was meant for more. I knew I was better than that. Over my lifetime, I've invested well over $100,000 in personal and professional development programs. Most of those programs focused on priorities. A rare few touched on purpose. But none of them could show me how priorities and purpose fit together. Then the light bulb went off for me. It's not enough to work on priorities or purpose. You need to align priorities with purpose within a holistic system that will work across every area of your life. Career, faith, family, friends, health, wealth, and fun. So I looked for that. And I was stunned to find out there was nothing out there like that. So I was forced to figure it out for myself. Over the next decade, with lots of trial and error, I leveraged my background and expertise as a martial arts instructor, high-income sales earner, peak performance fanatic, husband, father, to create a system designed to achieve and sustain purpose-driven results across your entire life. Because experiencing life in full was driving me, I created a system to manage life in full. And I call it the Life Management System. LIF is the acronym for Life in Full. 10 years later, the results still amaze me. I've over quadrupled my revenue production, almost tripled my income, while working 50% less hours. I'm now in the best shape I've been in 25 years, lost 4 inches of belly fat, and back into a 30-inch waist. By the grace of God, I went from the brink of divorce to the happiest I've been in 22 years of marriage. I went from making about 30% of my kids' games in 2010 to making 92% in 2021. And most of all, the relationship I have with my 17 and 20-year-old boys is the kind where they ask for my advice, sometimes even take it, and still hug me good morning and good night when they're home. What I realized was, over the last 10 years, the weight of my focus and the source of my joy shifted. It moved from achievement to the journey to the relationships that I treasure. I still focus and enjoy all three, achievement, journey, and relationships, but for me, I focus and draw more joy from my relationships than I do my journey, than I do my achievements. That's what I call living life in full. That's what leveraging the life management system got me and continues to amplify for me today. Now, obviously, I can't train you in the entire life management system in one workshop. But today, I'm going to take you through step 1, which is the most powerful step in the whole system. Today, you're going to get super clear on the unique impact you're called to create in the 7 core areas of your life: career, faith, family, friends, health, wealth, and fun. And discover how that unique impact defines the direction you take your life. Then you're going to learn to leverage that clarity to filter the noise. And before this workshop is over, you're going to actually filter the noise and take 1 hour per week back into your life immediately. How freaking awesome will that be? Before we start the journey, just a quick survey to see where you are today. Please click on the link number 1, 3-question survey in your email. Pause the video, take the survey, then come back to the video. Great, thanks. Time now to create your Life app account. Please click on link 2, create Life app account in your email, then complete the following steps. Pause the video if you need. Once you get to this screen, click the Register New Account button. Fill in your email address, password, display name, and check the Agree checkbox. Then click Create Account. And you should see this screen. You did it! You're ready! Time to play the game. 7 years to live, which is your noise filter. Look at your web app. Look at the 7 pillars of your life: career, faith, family, friends, health, wealth, and fun. Now close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Two more. Invite God or your higher power to guide you in this game. Keep your eyes closed. Now imagine you only have 7 years to live. Pause for a full minute reflecting on that. And ask yourself, what's the unique impact you are being called to create in those 7 pillars of your life? Career, faith, family, friends, health, wealth, and fun. What's the unique impact you are being called to create before you're dead and gone in 7 years? So you can die in peace knowing you took action towards those 7 pillars of your life. And your achievements, your journey, and most of all, your relationships are the legacy you lived and will leave behind. Open your eyes. I'm going to repeat the question with your eyes open. Imagine you only have 7 years to live. What's the unique impact you are being called to create in those 7 pillars of your life? Career, faith, family, friends, health, wealth, and fun. What's the unique impact you're being called to create before you're dead and gone in 7 years? So you can die in peace, knowing you took action towards those 7 pillars of your life. And your achievements, your journey, and most of all, your relationships are the legacy that you lived and will leave behind. Now it's your turn to create your legacy purpose statements. When you're done writing one statement for each of the 7 pillars, your home screen will look like this. Here are some examples of legacy purpose statements. And don't worry, you'll get to see these again. You don't have to try and remember them. How do you get started? First, invite God and your gut to guide you. Second, start each of your legacy purpose statements with a verb in the past tense. And third, write version 1 of your legacy purpose statement within each of your pillars. It's your turn. Go to the web app and get started. Just let it flow out. Brainstorm. Don't try to edit your thoughts. You'll have chances to evolve these legacy purpose statements today and in the future. I'm still continuing to evolve mine. There is no perfect. We're going to do at least 2 versions of this today, so no pressure. Pause the video here and take 7 to 10 minutes to write your version 1 legacy purpose statements. Then come back when you're done. Great job! Your version 1 should now have all 7 pillars filled in. Pause. And look at what you've written. Pause the video now and read each of your legacy purpose statements out loud, with emotion. Then resume the video. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much does each legacy purpose statement resonate with you? Put your ratings in the resonance boxes. To what degree do they capture the impact you want to make? To what degree do they inspire you, fuel your passion, and light you up? To what degree do they feel right? Pause the video until you're done. Welcome back. Now close your eyes and take a long, slow, deep breath. Good. Open your eyes. Time for version 2. Your goal is to have each legacy purpose statement resonate at an 8 or higher. Just let it flow out. Let go of all the shoulds in your life. Let what's been bubbling up in you come out. Today, this moment, is just one point in your journey. There is no perfect. Pause the video here and take 7 to 10 minutes to update your statements to version 2. Then resume the video. Great job. Your version 2 now has evolved legacy purpose statements. Pause again and look at what you have written in version 2. Pause the video now and read each of your legacy purpose statements out loud with emotion again. Then resume the video. Again, on a scale of 1 to 10, update the resonance for each of your legacy purpose statements. To what degree do they capture the impact you want to make? To what degree do they inspire you, fuel your passion, and light you up? To what degree do they capture the divine essence to which you are called? Pause the video until you're done updating your resonance. Great job! You've rated the degree of resonance for each of your legacy purpose statements. Now pause and look at what you've written. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you today in terms of your percentage of progress towards actualizing those legacy purpose statements? The first time I did this, I found the reality smacked me in the face. I had percentages as low as 10% at 50-something years old. At first, I felt quite sad, depressed, and discouraged. Then I realized I had a much more clear sense of the gap between where I was and where I wanted to be. That gap was something I could take action on. I became grateful, motivated, because I could see the gap and knew that I could take action to close the gap. So if you're feeling sad, depressed, or discouraged, acknowledge those feelings without judgment. They're completely normal. Then realize and be grateful that you clearly identified the gap, knowing you can take action to close that gap and make progress towards purpose, which is how we define success. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you today in terms of your percentage of progress towards actualizing your legacy purpose statements? Click on each progress section and enter your percentage. Just be real, no judgment. Pause the video until you're done. Welcome back. Now close your eyes and take a long, slow, deep breath. Good. Open your eyes. Take a second look at how you rated your current progress percentages. Were you too easy on yourself and rated your progress too high? Very few people do this, by the way. Or more likely, were you too hard on yourself and rated your progress too low? Most people fall in this category. Or does that rating feel just right for today? Go back and re-rate your progress in each of the 7 pillars until they feel just right for today. Again, no judgment. You'll have many opportunities to increase that percentage as we go through this masterclass. Pause the video until you're done. Great job. How does it feel to read those legacy purpose statements out loud and to have that degree of resonance? Empowering? Inspiring? Maybe also a little sad, maybe a little discouraged? Because there's such a big gap between what you want and where you are today? That's okay and completely normal. It's that gap that creates pressure to act and move in the right direction. If you want to go through that process one more time to get all your legacy purpose statements resonating to an 8 or higher, just pause the video here and have at it. But don't feel like you have to. What you have done right here, right now, in these last 15 to 20 minutes is deep work. And putting it, quote, on paper makes it real. You can always come back to it anytime you want. And if you end up in the live masterclass, we'll definitely be coming back to it. So pause the video if you want, or simply keep going on to what's next. You've done a ton of deep work. Pause and take one more deep breath. And reflect on the clarity that comes from your legacy purpose statements. Clarity of the unique impact to which you are called in this world. That clarity that defines the direction you take your life. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, that's all well and good, Tom, but how do I use that clarity to filter the noise and take 1 hour per week back into my life like you promised? That's a great question. Which brings us to the next item in our agenda. Your legacy purpose statements are your noise filter. The filter question you have to ask is, what does not align? What's in my life right now that does not align with my legacy purpose statements? Because if it does not align, it does not belong. Anything that does not align is noise. So to filter the noise and take 1 hour per week back into your life, I want you to look at your legacy purpose statements again and ask yourself, in my life right now, what's the noise? What's the noise that does not align with those legacy purpose statements? And to take 1 hour per week back, ask yourself, what noise can I reduce by 1 hour per week? It could be one of the items listed here, or something else entirely. Or you could go even further than reduce. What noise could you eliminate that does not align? And I'm not saying kill anyone or divorce your spouse, by the way, just to be clear. I highly recommend you choose the easiest thing to reduce or the easiest thing to eliminate. Because what does not align does not belong. Choose one thing right now that you, without having to check with anyone else, can and will reduce or eliminate to take 1 hour per week back into your life. Pause this video and write down what you're going to reduce or eliminate to take back that 1 hour per week. Resume the video when you're done. Congratulations! You just filtered 1 hour per week of noise out of your life. How do you feel? Now what if you could leverage the same principle to keep the noise out in the first place? How would that feel? Here's how to do that. Every time you face a big or small decision, ask yourself, does this choice align with my legacy purpose statements? If it does not align, it does not belong. And guess what? You now have a principle that you can leverage to filter the noise and keep it out in the first place. And you will make better decisions faster, sharpen your focus, and confidently move in alignment with your purpose. How will that feel? Pretty freaking awesome, right? So let's recap today's outcomes. You created legacy purpose statements for each of the 7 pillars of your life. And now you have clear direction, clear purpose in your career, faith, family, friends, health, wealth, and fun. You learned that what does not align does not belong, and that you can leverage that principle to reduce or eliminate the noise already in your life and keep noise from entering into your life in the first place. Finally, you made a decision. You chose one thing that you can and will reduce or eliminate right now to take 1 hour per week back into your life. Which means you're starting to live life by design, not default. How does that feel? Amazing and empowering, right? Time for some reflection. Reflection gives us a chance to step back and see the bigger picture. So step back and reflect on your experience here in this workshop. What are your takeaways from today? Take a minute or two. Pause the video and actually write down your takeaways. Make them real. Then come back to the video. Next on our agenda, the Life Masterclass offer. But stepping back, if creating your 7 legacy purpose statements is where you stop, just that clarity of purpose will be life-changing for you. You've gotten the most powerful part of the life management system. Oh yeah, and you took 1 hour per week back in your life. But for those who feel that tug of wanting more, who want a life management system that aligns purpose, plan, and progress across the 7 pillars of your life, and want to take more time back and live your life more by design than default, one bite at a time, so you don't get overwhelmed, I invite you into the Life Masterclass. Imagine in 12 weeks or less, your life roadmap completed, essential habits and projects aligned with your purpose statements, designed to create immediate progress towards purpose. Not tackling all of these at once, of course, but focused only on your active habits and projects, which are highlighted in white, avoiding overwhelm and generating immediate momentum. Imagine scheduling and tracking your active habits in this all-in-one platform. Planning and managing your active projects here as well. And clicking on your Today screen to see all your tasks that disappear when checked off. Auto-flowing your completed projects and ingrained habits directly into your win board so you can easily see visual proof of your progress towards purpose, which is how we define success in our Life Masterclass and in our life. Oh yeah, and you know all those important to-dos floating in your head and weighing on your mind? Guess what? You get to dump and capture those in an organized way in your on-deck list. And seamlessly flow those habits and projects from your on-deck list to your life roadmap when slots open up. Moving from an energy-draining lifestyle to an energy-boosting lifestyle. Can you imagine your life with that kind of daily, weekly, monthly flow? And having that system implemented, active, and making real progress in just 12 weeks from now? How would that feel? Pretty freaking awesome, right? The life management system is pretty simple. It's only got 3 components: purpose, plan, progress. What makes it powerful is that every component, every detail, is designed to achieve and sustain progress towards purpose, which is our definition of success. The magic is in the how. Remember, it took me over a decade of trial and error to put this system together, implement it in my life, and get it running like a well-oiled machine. Doing it on your own? You could try, but you may be headed for frustration or despair. My Life Masterclass equals your shortcut. My 10 years distilled into 12 short weeks for you. But before I share the offer with you, I want you to know that I value your trust more than I value your business. Let me repeat that because I bet you don't hear this very often. I value your trust more than I value your business. I have zero attachment to whether or not you choose to invest in the Life Masterclass or not. But I am 100% attached that you make progress towards purpose. So please, don't stop here. Continue to invest in your progress towards purpose, whether it's investing with me or with someone else. Because I believe investing in yourself is investing in everyone and everything you care about. Here are some testimonials from people that invested in themselves. Some people that invested in the Life Masterclass. Jeff Clark. Didn't have a structure in place and a method to hold myself accountable. Scott Bartle. Tom is not going to let you fail. You will be eternally grateful in the end. Dr. Jared Blacker. All my future successes will be influenced by what I have learned. Every single person that's completed my Life Masterclass has rated it in the top 5 of all personal development they've done in their lifetime. Several of them have rated it in the top 1 or 2. Many of these people are 6-figure and multi-6-figure earners. So, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to implement the life management system so you can accelerate, amplify, and sustain purpose-driven goals across your entire life in 12 weeks or less. Okay, on to the offer. There's something for everyone and every budget. Please click on link 3, the 3-tier Life Masterclass offer in your email. Pause the video if you need. The early bird rates you see in red are only valid through Wednesday, January 19. So if you're even remotely interested, act now, enroll now. You'll never see prices that low again. Then please come back to finish up. Thank you. And to wrap up, I ask you to pay it forward. This workshop has evolved to this point because the people ahead of you completed the evaluation. And I read every single evaluation to learn and improve the workshop. So will you please take the time to pay it forward? Please click on link 4, workshop evaluation in your email. Thank you. Now go live life in full.